Good morning, brothers and sisters. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Today we celebrate this momentous occasion in our Christian faith. And this is precisely the evangelist John is giving us a twist in our understanding of the gospel narrative of John of the resurrection of Christ. Every time we think of Easter Sunday, the resurrection of Christ, we always think of the empty tomb. An empty tomb. But the question remains the same. Was it really empty? What about the burial cloths found inside the tomb? So this is where John is giving us a new understanding, a twist in our understanding, in our perspective of the resurrection. How do we see resurrection in our daily living? How do we appreciate the Easter in our day-to-day living? That's why John is giving us reminders today. If the cloths of the burial cloths were still inside the tomb, John is simply reminding us that Easter is about empty tomb, but the empty tomb must be empty of dead bodies, but must be filled with burial cloths. What does this mean to us? Burial cloths in the olden times signifies what binds them not to be free. Remember when Lazarus was raised from death to life? It was not 100% when Jesus said, "You come out." But then Jesus said, "Unbound him," because of the burial cloths. And this is also the same for us. There are lots of burial clothes that we are hiding, that we keep for ourselves, that we don't want to let go. And this Easter, John is telling us, we have to keep those burial clothes inside the tomb because the Lord has risen. And how? That's why John is giving us three characters in our gospel. We have Mary Magdalene. In the olden times, women were named after someone. But the name of Mary Magdalene would signify to us that she was living a solitary life. Why? Because for the Palestinian Judaic tradition, women, if you are unmarried, you are named after your father. Mary Magdalene of. But if you are married, you are named after your husband. Mary, the wife of Joseph. But if you are widow, you are named after your son. That's why Mary was called Mary, the mother of Jesus, James and John. And if you are nobody, or if you have no sons, husbands, or whatever, you are named after your siblings. But it seems the name of Mary Magdalene was named out of nowhere. It was named after her place. This signifies that Mary was living a solitary life, not until she found Jesus. That's why her perspective of life changed when he met Jesus. It was changed. Life is not about being alone. That's why the message of John for us to celebrate Easter is to get out of ourselves. Easter is about community. It's our community life. That's why we have choirs. You sing not alone. You sing as a group. We celebrate Mass as a group. But this desire of ours to live in a communion, to live in communion, is challenged by this present world. I don't know if you are familiar with this. It's a new word, actually. It was officially put in the dictionary just way back 2013. I don't know if you heard this word. Fobbing. Fobbing. Fobbing is a portmanteau. It's a combination of two words coming from fob plus snubbing. They call it fobbing. And this is happening around us. Look at our family nowadays. How do we appreciate the people around us? Every time we take meals, every time we eat together, look at your children. Cell phone on the right hand or chopsticks on the right hand and cell phone on the left hand. Look at how they relate with you. You are batting jokes, but they are laughing because they receive messages from their friends. How is our relationship now? And this is what our Easter celebration is about. John is challenging us to look into our community, to our family. What is happening around us? If you want to see a good community, we have to start it from within. That's why Easter is about community. And we have to begin this one as a community. That's why we're celebrating Easter as a community. We are an Easter people. And our hearts are meant to be in the church. And this is the challenge of Easter season for us. John is giving us an idea that Easter season is about family. It's about community. It's about all of us. Not only about you, not only you, not only about me, but it's all about us. We are one church, and the church will not be beautiful without us. That's why you are very important. But the second challenge is, now that we must live in a community life, how do we do it? Despite of the many challenges that we have in life. Look at Peter. Look at Peter. Peter is an image of the loving presence of God in our midst. Peter is an image of the 70 times 7 chances the Lord is giving us. The eternal forgiveness. Christ resurrected not to take his vengeance. Christ resurrected not to condemn us because we have done something wrong. Christ has risen from the dead simply because he wants to communicate with us and continue. That's why the Lord would invite his apostles and he would say, tell them, we meet in Galilee where we have started. This is about renewing our promises, our responsibility. That's why this book is being, I remember Pope Francis telling us about this one. He said in one of his political theology principle, he said, time is bigger than space. Time is bigger than space. And what is this all about? When you became a mother, a son, a daughter, a husband, whatever we are now, we are not bound by space. Wherever you go, you will always be a father. That's why father who are working abroad, you are not a father simply because you have a family here, but you are also a father there to take good care of your family. A brother who is living far away from his family is not a brother because he's a brother. Or not only a brother because he has a family, but he has a family. He is a brother because he has a family living somewhere else. We are not separated from one another. We became fathers, brothers and sisters, and this intends that we must do our responsibility too. As a father, you have to take good care of your family. As a mother, you have to take good care of your family. Sons and daughters, you have to pay attention and respect to your parents. When was the last time you heard your sons and daughters telling you, Ma, Father, Mother, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you? When was the last time you heard your husband who said, I'm sorry? When was the last time your wife told you, I love you? When was the last time when we heard each one of us telling each one of us, I'm here and I care for you? But this is Easter. This is what we are celebrating. Look at Peter. We are asked to remember who we are. Not simply because we can do a lot of things, but simply because we are made by Christ to become who we are. You are special, and this is our responsibility. Lastly, Easter reminds us of the character of John. Oh, they say it's a beloved apostle, the beloved disciple. It's quite complicated in terms of biblical studies. So they said it's beloved disciple. And when we hear beloved disciple, it connotes that sometimes in our life there are momentary doubts. Because of many things, we tend to give up everything also. We tend to give up our faith. We tend to forget who we are. That's why John is reminding us who we are. The beloved disciple is reminding us who we are. We run. They put all of the characters in the gospel. They run after to see the tomb, the empty tomb. And this is also the same thing. We are running after so many things. But I hope what we are running after or should lead us to see the real resurrection of Christ. But the desire of us to see Christ in our daily living is again challenged by this tendency of the world. There is a tendency of the world being called tabula rasa syndrome. Tabula rasa would mean an empty table. Tabula, it is slate, a table or a board. Rasa is empty. The syndrome is what is happening around us. This is what is happening around us because philosophers will say tabula rasa is a philosophical tendency. We tend to appreciate what we learn. We tend to appreciate what we gain, but forgetting the important things, the one who is teaching us. This is the same with our faith. We tend to appreciate everything we receive. We tend to appreciate all the beautiful things on top of the table, forgetting the table itself. Who carries everything out of it? And this is what is Christ for all of us. Sometimes we easily forget Christ. We just simply say, I'm blessed with all these things. But we never say, thank you, Lord, for all these things. This is Easter, brothers and sisters. As we celebrate Easter, John is reminding us of three things. First, Mary Magdalene. We are a community of beloved disciples. Second, Peter. God is always there to forgive us. We have to act on our responsibilities. We have to carry on our shoulders our responsibility. Lastly, the beloved disciple. We have to continue our journey. We have to continue believing against the things that we receive, knowing that these things are things given by someone who is above us. This is the resurrection. And we live resurrection in our daily living through the presence of these Mary Magdalene, Peter, and the beloved disciples. Most especially, we live our Easter Sunday because we know we have Christ who has resurrected to continue to love us, forgive us, and to continue to search for us, and even asking us, come, let us continue again. We see each other in Galilee.